My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Slay the Spire. It's time to go in with the Ironclad. Forgot the name for a moment there. Exordium. Try another try. Obtain a random rare relic or obtain a random boss relic. Now, I do want to eventually get back to doing runs in the way that I usually would, so I would almost always here just go for the random rare relic, because I think there are certain boss relics that make me cry on the inside and then the outside. So, lose your starting relic, obtain a random boss relic. I'm gonna go with it, although I don't want to. I'm mad. This is Runic Drone. You can no longer see enemy intents, but you do get 1 extra energy per round. That, to me, is not an excellent trade. Do I want to take a boss, or do I want to take 2 rests, another campfire? I think I want to go with 2 rests and another campfire, because there's 2 more bosses that I can go for further upwards. And I'm probably going to want to upgrade my bash quite early on here. I know the first move the Jawworm does every single time is 11 damage strike. So this is going to be actually like a nice little test. I've used the Runic Barrier before, but this is going to be a nice little way for me to test out my predictive abilities. My intuitive abilities, rather, in trying to figure out what my opponent's intents are going to be, despite the fact that I can't see them. Yeah, that's not a kill, so I think there's actually no reason to do anything except full block, because he could do a 14 attack right now. That's a 14 attack. And then we've got the kill. Beautiful. So I'm going to try and tell you what I think they're doing every single time. We'll see if it works. Now, Clash is actually a lot easier to play in a deck like this right now, just because I have Runic Dome, and Runic Dome is going to make it a lot easier to play. But I could also go for something more degenerate. That is, I'll be able to play all of my skills quite early, and then I've got Clash just waiting there. But True Grit, I could start making my deck quite degenerate, because I've got the extra energy every turn. It's a lot smoother. I'm going to do a True Grit here. I need to upgrade True Grit before I really start using it, but you know. Good thing I didn't take Clash, because Clash would already be disabled. Shiny Gold Pedestal. I'll take the 4 max HP. Thank you very much. I really don't think it's like even close as to which of those you should take. I think it's always the 4. Well, here's the thing. Okay, so Bash Strike will actually kill this backliner, and then if I True Grit, I defend myself against any possible damage that could be done by this louse. Yeah, I didn't burn the doubt, unfortunately. It was a 50-50 at that point. Nice. They have a max range of 7 to 5 damage, so I knew that as long as I was blocking anything there, I was going to be fine. I do no more damage at all. I couldn't through the armor, so may as well just block the rest. Another 5, cool. I wasn't really playing around what my opponent was going to be doing that round, so I didn't really talk about their intent, because there were no options where I would be doing it incorrectly. If that makes much sense. Kind of do want some AoE. I'll take the Thunderclap. Not too keen on doing much more in the way of AoE right now, though. Again, this hand plays itself, so I don't really have a choice. Hopefully they're dealing 12 damage rather than 7 and a weaken. 12. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Usually they do 12 and then they do 7 and a weaken. So if I hit you with a bash, I'm going to basically outplay that weaken. Nope, did 12 damage. Cool. Yeah, this is lethal. Beautiful. Just take him out. Franz Ferdinand styled. Energy potion as well as... Ooh, I could... I had the opportunity to pick up Searing Blow after the end of the last round, and I looked at it for a second and I went, oh shit, I totally could. I gave it a moment, because I was thinking, oh, what if I thin my deck down and then I just play Armaments, and I just Armaments my Searing Blow up to, like, Searing Blow plus 10 and then blow opponents out, right? But I decided not to, so I'm going to stick with the strategy. I'm going to take another True Grit here. The first 2 cards I'm going to upgrade are both going to be True Grit, though. Because I need to be able to choose what I'm blocking, and also gain 9... what I'm exhausting rather. And also gain 9 block is quite good. Okay, Smith again, upgrade the other True Grits, and now we are solid. I'll give myself the option, but I'm almost certainly cutting back over to the right. Pantograph is quite good. And yeah, we're definitely going to the shop. There's a couple things to consider here. Oh, this is difficult. This is difficult, actually. You were reworked. No, you weren't reworked. Okay, cool. So here's the difficult thing about this. As a car speeds past my door. Whenever you exhaust a card, add a random card to your hand. I'm going to be exhausting a lot of cards throughout the course of this using the True Grits. Do I want to add things to my hand? Because then they might just be things that I don't want in my hand. I was actually thinking about the utility of the Dead Branch earlier, and if you're not nuking your opponent down quite quickly, you're just loading your deck up with shit you don't want, often. That said, if I have Dead Branch and I have Fiendfire, then I can use Fiendfire for all of its potential without invoking its downside, which is you have nothing left in your deck. There's also Panache. Every time you play 5 cards in a single turn, deal 10 damage to all enemies. And that is something that we will be able to trigger quite often, considering I mean, obviously at the moment I can't trigger it even slightly, but it's something that I will be able to trigger quite often, concerning the fact that I am already 1 energy up on where most characters are by this point. Panache used to be only play 4, and then it was ridiculous, but super rare anyhow. I could go for a build where I take Panache, Bloodletting, and Rampage, then the only things I take from now on are draw cards. And I thin my deck down to the point that I can Panache, draw, Bloodlet, Rampage, draw, Bloodlet, Rampage, draw, Bloodlet, Rampage, etc. etc. You know the deal. I kind of want to do that, actually. Then remove my doubt. I don't think I can take Shrug It Off. I think I need more efficient draws than that. Easy. It's probably a good idea here for me to burn that defend. As much as I could use it to defend myself against more, I'm going to be going through this a lot. No, it's not. No, that's not true. But I also don't want to burn my Bloodlet. Do I? Actually, yeah, no, I do want to burn my Bloodlet, because there's nothing I can do with it right now. That took a while for me to figure out. But yeah, there's nothing I can do with Bloodletting right now, because I don't have any draw in my deck yet. So, we'll drop a Panache. I mean, I'm going to have to use all of my attacks to kill this Sentry. My next hand is guaranteed to have 5 cards, and I can play all of them using my Energy Potion, which will deal the Panache damage to everything. So if I bash you, and then double strike here, I can set myself up for an easy kill against 2 of the targets next turn. But my True Grits are going to have better targets as we go in this fight because of the wounds that have just been put in my deck. Thunderclap. That, and then Rampage, and defend, and then Energy Potion to True Grit nothing, just to nuke the rest of the board. And we're settled. I think I've got... No, that's a defend. More than okay, though. So I am going to need some draw to get Panache. The only draw that I don't want, or rather the only draw I literally will not accept, is going to be Battle Trance. Magic Flower is ridiculous, though. Ooh. I don't want Exhume. It doesn't fit in this deck. Seeing Red does if I start to get draw, which I haven't got yet. But I am so incensed upon getting. These I really can't tell you what they're going to do, unfortunately. Now, you two have the strongest defenses. Actually, those went incorrectly. The Rampage should have happened against the Louse in front, and the Louse at the back should have taken the strike, because then the Louse at the back would have 4 HP, and the Louse at the front would have 5. So I would be able to take both of them out in this round, whereas I currently can't. Until then. I'll just protect against the Louse, because I don't know. Maybe it's relevant. Maybe it's not. Turns out to be relevant. Not being able to see intense is, pardon my phrasing, but very, very difficult. In a way that demands focus. All right. Let's hit him. Hit him with a rhythm and give him astigmatism. I want that Burning Pact so badly. I am exhausting everything from my deck. At this point, I would be able to draw and use effectively Sentinel. I have so far, or rather, so far it has escaped me, the ability to use Sentinel correctly. Definitely burn, defend out of my hand. Sentinel being 1 energy, gain 5 armor, or gain 5 block rather. If you exhaust this card, gain 3 energy. We would be able to use that. Of course, we're going to need more card draw to use it super effectively, but I'm actually going to Burning Pact here just to get that out of my deck. I need to get all of the Skull Bash, cool. That's just a weaken. I need to get all of the defense out of my deck because I can't actually defend in this fight. So I'm True Gritting to burn that defense, because I just need to be drawing offensive cards right now, especially considering this is a bash. Thunderclap, bash, Seeing Red, strike, True Grit, 1 damage short. This could be yeah, that's lethal. I knew that was going to be a damage short, but unless my opponent was hitting me with a super weak attack there, I was going to die. Well, this blows. I now don't even get a beginning bonus. Yay. Yeah, this side is very slightly better. Oh, no, it's not. It's not. This one is. Well, at the very least, I don't have to deal with not being able to see their intents. There I was gambling my opponent was doing a small attack. I was just hoping they were doing Skull Bash. Yeah, that definitely should have been Bash and block. Entirely my bad. Or even Bash and attack. Double block strike. And thank that motorist for speeding down the highway. Real handy. And this is lethal at least. Beautiful. Took a little longer than it ought to, but still worked out in the end. Let's do it. Same bill. Let's go. True Grit. Give me a relic. Okay, letter opener. Play 3 skills in a single turn in order to deal 5 damage to all enemies. We could definitely start using that. It's unfortunate they were both attacking that turn. There was no way I was ever going to be able to prevent it. Incoming damage, that is. Okay. No, I was supposed to... Forgot that I didn't have 4 energy. I'm so used to it. Okay, that's a solid 10. Ouch, taking more damage. Not that fun. Also not that fun is not drawing enough to kill. Final card wouldn't have helped me though. There's a wound for my deck. Hey, there we go. That'll take him. Sure, Rampage. This is actually the deck that I was trying to build beforehand. Kind of chuffed to see it here. It's definitely going to be Rampage double defend here. Not too keen on taking 7 damage off the go turn here. I'll defend True Grit and then strike. So I'm completely defended. That turn may as well have not happened, except for the fact that I'm now 1 strike lighter in my deck, and the enemy is 6 HP lighter. Actually, I should have played 2 strikes first, so it was a 50-50 as to whether or not I lost a strike or a defense, rather than making it much more likely that I lost a defense. Hang on. 6 and then 9 will be up to 13. It's not going to be enough. Worth counting, though. But yeah, I want to be burning... No, I want to be burning the strikes out of my deck, because I've got the Rampage that I just rely on drawing. Speaking of, very glad to have drawn it. What do you mean that sounds sarcastic? Because it is. Iron Wave? I kind of want to go Iron Wave. It's a card that I'd always keep in my deck. It's just a really, really good card to have with you. I don't know if I want to take Shrug It Off, because I don't have the energy to spare on draws at the moment. But at the same rate, Shrug It Off is the ability to dig a little bit more through my deck, as well as a trigger for Letter Opener. Sure, I'll take Shrug It Off. Didn't want to, but I've been convinced. I'm actually going to drop that in favor, rather, of getting another draw, because these draws are going to help me Rampage out ridiculously quite quickly. I need to upgrade Rampage first. That's more important to my ongoing health in this build than upgrading True Grit so that I True Grit the correct targets. Okay, almost completely defended. True Gritting out that Bash would actually be really handy. Alright. See if we can get it. Hey, beautiful. Because I'm never really going to have a turn where I can afford to bash where I want to bash. Okay. There's just 3 defenses. As much as I really do want to play that Rampage right now, 3 defenses is 15 damage distributed, whereas 8 from Rampage, as well as I block, 15 damage. It's supremely effective. This is a turn where I really do want more offensive cards, though. Simply courtesy of the fact that they're doing nothing. No attack. May as well do as much of my own as I can. Okay. Rampage. I kind of want to double defend. Shrug it off there. Yeah. This might be too slow. I might be taking this too slow. I'm fine this turn, because Shrug It Off is enough to keep me healthy. True Grit one of these wounds out. Don't mind if I do. Three defends, sure. Usually I'd be terrifyingly sad to have seen that hand, but that was 10 damage distributed. That's fine. A crummy hand, but has to happen from time to time. That's strike, rampage, block, probably. Definitely. And then I'm gonna draw a couple of hands that are just all wounds before I actually get to take down this sentry. Oh! Never mind, I'm completely defended. Alright, sentry. Ready for that? Happy Flower. Quite excellent. Exhaust all non-attack cards in your hand for 5 block each. As much as I want to be able to exhaust cards, I don't want something that's only valuable when I exhaust cards with it, and I also don't want to incentivize having no skills. Because this is versatile. I can use this to exhaust attacks, and oftentimes that has been correct. I think the next best thing would be Warcry, especially because I've got Letter Opener, so Warcry has 0 cost when you upgrade it. It's going to be quite handy. The only thing I don't really want to burn here is Rampage. Okay. Get a lot of that defense on. Corrosive Spits. It's a wound. I'm not weakened. That's handier. Double defense is 10 damage. Double strike is 12. Yikes. Got an extra energy in the next turn at least. Okay, we shrug. I can't believe that. I really wanted some more defensiveness. Just so that I could trigger all of these letter openers and things like that. But no! The game was not interested in giving that. It's bash Rampage too easily. $24. 3 strikes will do it. Or, you know, 1 Rampage. Whenever you play a skill, exhaust it. No. Fiendspire. Exhaust your whole hand. No. I'm going with Iron Wave. As tempting as those are. Oddly Smooth Stone, beautiful. Now my Iron Wave is more effective. I should probably Warcry because I'm going to want more defense here. Never mind. I forgot that I had an oldie smooth stone. Okay. We'll shrug. And then bash. Now my next hand is going to have 2 defends. Okay, we're quite well protected. If I can get a 3rd defend, I can deal some damage. I should have done 2 strikes. 2 strikes would have dealt more damage. Yeah, because I'm not going to be able to follow up and actually take advantage of the vulnerability in this turn. So I should have done 2 strikes. Okay, 19. I can protect against some of that. Or I can swiftly potion. And then kill. Sounds good to me. Armaments. Maybe this is the deck that I put armaments in. I haven't got that many upgrades so far, and I can just burn armaments out of my deck when I don't want it anymore. That sounds like a plan. Didn't upgrade armaments. How dare you? I don't really have AoE, but I do have an explosive potion and a wanton bloodlust. I'm going to put Iron Wave back on top of my deck here. And I don't want to draw it, so I'm just going to double defend. The idea here is that if I just keep blocking everything, I'll eventually win. Thanks to Letter Opener. If we can start getting to the point that we're playing, like, you know, 6 skills a turn, then this is the Panache that I just lost earlier. You can hit that, and I'll hit that. So I will take a wee bit of damage here, but I haven't used my explosive potion. Probably not worth it. I probably should have just used the explosive potion. Okay, defend, strike, true grit. Easily done. Come on, Mad Gremlin. Boom, blow up. Hemokinesis is a good card that has nothing to do with this deck, and there's no reason that I should be considering it. The rest of them are for deck archetypes I'm not running. Okay, Smith. First upgrade we need to do is Armament. Second upgrade we need to do is our Warcry. Okay. Armaments immediately. And Bash completely protects me. I mean, I was also already completely protected against that, but I don't want the Louse to be around later to start dealing actual negative effects to me. Okay. Rampage, Iron Wave, and Strike. Beautiful. 9 damage. Well, I mean, I've got the block already. But I'm actually going to block for 1 less damage. Just to make it more likely my next draw has Rampage in it. It's very, very slightly more likely, but it's more likely nonetheless. Well, that was dumb. I just accepted 6 damage to do that. I should have just double blocked. I definitely should have just double blocked. I didn't calculate it, and I should have. Like, Evolve will draw me through my whole deck continually. I don't want to, but I have to. Also, I have to play Evolve as soon as I get it, so it takes the path of Warcry. Or rather, takes the place of Warcry in this is the first thing that I need to upgrade. Okay, charge up as much as you'd like. I may actually just fully defend against this 32. Or not. Maybe not at all. That's a thing that might happen. There we go. Didn't take any damage to the 32. Yikes. Okay. Evolve upgrade. Will Warcry. I'll put the wound back on top of my deck. Nope, but it still draws me 2 cards. Yikes. As much as I don't want to, I have to use Rampage. It's the whole point of this deck. Okay. Shrug it off, give me armaments. There we go. I'm true gritting a strike out of my deck. And using one. The goal here is to eventually just have a deck of 10 cards, and I draw all of them every single turn. Okay. Definitely true grit the strike out of my deck again. And those 10 cards are defense, 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 and explode your opponent with this Rampage. I mean, I'm going to be using my Rampage next turn, so I should actually be able to blow up all of that. That's what? 34? Yeah, I can do 34 damage. Kind of, it would look a lot like that. What I should have done is weaken down first with the strikes. Yeah, I would have gotten a lot more damage if I did the strikes first and then the Rampage second. That's entirely my bad, just an ordering problem. Okay, shrug it off. Guess I can, like, Iron Wave Strike. Yeah, I gotta get some damage in some way. Okay, there's one armaments. See, this is the point at which I would burn armaments out of my deck. Had I the choice. Especially with the oddly smooth stone, this is a much more effective kind of build that I can do. I'm just worried that the most effective this build can be is still kind of ineffective. just realized I had enough for that. So True Grit that defend. If I have the opportunity to True Grit, I should True Grit something. Even if I want to keep the thing I'm True Gritting. Right? That makes sense to me. And that makes sense to me. Obviously not wounds if I can avoid it. But that makes sense to me from the perspective of... Make sure that hits. Cool. From the perspective of I need to get closer to Rampage. Double Tap would be a particularly effective card in this deck because I could expect often to draw Double Tap with Rampage. There's Double Tap. Barricade could have worked as well, but probably not as well. So I do actually want extra energy in this deck. So I'm going to go with the Philosopher's Stone. Every enemy is going to gain 2 strength. This is fine for most situations, but there are a couple of enemies who benefit disproportionately off of this because they do very, very small, but many attacks. So flurry attack enemies, I'll call them, benefit disproportionately off this, and it sucks, and it makes me cry, and my soul wants to die. Hey, look at that. I'm a poet, and I wasn't even aware. Okay, let's Rampage. Probably Rampage, Warcry, Defend, and True Grit. I mean, if I know what I'm doing, then... I want to get Evolve in there as well. So if I'm getting Evolve in there, I've got to put the Iron Wave back on top of my deck. Wait, I'm not getting through my opponent's armor this turn anyway, am I? 5 plus 8. Yeah, I'm not even getting through their armor. So an Iron Wave is less powerful this turn than it would be next. So I put the Iron Wave back on top of my deck. Yep. That. Defend. Rampage. True Grit that. Okay. Double tapping an Iron Wave here is actually quite effective. Not in terms of, like, damage output, but in terms of defensiveness. The thing is, I can prolong this fight in a way that my opponent will never be able to. Here's an armament. Let's upgrade most of my cards. Shrug as well. Ah. That's not fair. I don't want that card yet. Let's gamble. Hey, I got Rampage. And I double tap the Rampage. It does 16, and then it does 24. And then next time it's going to do 32. Okay. Iron Wave, Defend, True Grit. And I'm completely protected. Sure, I've done no damage, but I'm completely protected. How dare the enemy have made me frail here. I can double tap Bash. It's a reasonable amount of damage, but I probably actually just want to double tap that Iron Wave and defend myself as much as possible. Awesome. I didn't really want to burn the wounds, but it's probably not going to matter. I don't think I'm going through my deck one more time after this. Shrug it off. There's my Rampage. And then a single strike will do it. Beautiful. This is the kind of thing that I'm thinking, like, I can probably keep up with my opponents. Wild Strike I don't actually want, even though it puts another wound in my deck, and I can shuffle those wounds out of my deck using True Grit, and then it's just like a big hit. Upgrades for 17. I still think, ultimately, relying on having Evolve first, and then playing the Wild Strike, and it being something that I definitely don't want to double tap, and then I have a target that I have to hit with my True Grit, I think a lot of that is just too much to ask. Body Slam is the closest to something I want here. I'm still not sure I want it. Because I don't actually get high defense numbers constantly. Right. So I can't rely on something that's only good if I really do have quite high defense numbers. All right. Rampage always happens, yes? Yes. Shrug it off always happens? Yes. Bash and then True Grit, I think. Seems good to me. Vulnerable, and then you immediately start doing debuffs. AI, how much I love you. Alright. Draw me the rest of my deck. If I get both of my wounds, I do get the rest of my deck. Ah, there we do. Beautiful. Now, I'll armaments. I'm gonna War Cry. Put a wound back on top of my deck. Then as soon as I shrug off, I should draw that wound. It's the hope, at least. So I'm currently 8 cards in hand. I play Shrug It Off, it draws a wound. Wound draws 2 cards. Cool. There we go. Double tap the Iron Wave. It's not going to completely block for me, but it's the only way to not fill my entire deck with Dazed. Just most of it. Okay, we'll Rampage, definitely. I think I actually just play out the rest of my hand as well. In a way that's kind of lame, but yeah. Actually, it's a lot lamer than I thought it was. There we go. That's the one action I'm allowed this turn. Yikers. Give me damage. Hey, beautiful. Woo. I was worried I wasn't going to get any. True Grit Plus, sure. Now I need to upgrade my other True Grit, and that's all of my True Grittiness done. I mean, I double tap the Strike rather than the Iron Wave, just for the extra damage. Because I have no need for the defensiveness right now. None whatsoever. Alright. If I armaments first, I'm saving myself some HP, some energy because I've put the War Cry down to 0. I'll put the wounds back on top of my deck, and then I'll Shrug It Off to draw that. And 2 more cards. I'm almost entirely defended against my opponent right now. Do I True Grit? Or do I Strike? What am I True Gritting out of my deck if I True Grit? Probably the Strike. Okay. I think without big single hits in my deck, you know, save for Rampage, since they're going to be healing themselves and blocking themselves, I'm actually much better off just to keep myself healthy. Worry about number 1. Kind of unfortunate to be taking 16 damage here. Well, 7, but still. There's that strength buff. I may want to upgrade something else more. Yeah, there's a couple of things there I want to upgrade more than Shrug It Off. Funny thing is, I actually did want to upgrade True Grit. Even if it doesn't make a difference right now, I do want to upgrade it in general. Heal to both of you. Yep. Saw that one coming from a couple miles away. Do I want to double tap that Bash? Or do I want to double tap the Iron Wave? Probably the Iron Wave. Double tap the Iron Wave, True Grit the Bash, and then use Strike. Yeah. True Grit the Bash, use a normal Strike. These fights are going to be quite prolonged. It's unfortunate this is one of the fights that you definitely do not want to prolong. Okay. I should still be able to defend myself quite well, though. In a True Grit a strike, definitely. Shrug It Off is more defensiveness, so... The only thing is I definitely have to use the Rampage every single time. I have no choice in that fact. So though I'm going to take 4 damage... Ooh! This is the thing that is actually going to be able to take the most steam out of my deck. That is making me frail. If I burn a defend here, I can double strike and kill the backline. I'm doing that. Almost made a huge mistake there. Saved it at the last second. All right. Shrug it off. There's our double tap Rampage. Which is just how that has to happen. Is there anything else I can really do here? Not really. Something good, at least. Iron Wave. Yes. No. And I guess I just accept 2 damage. Could have cleared that 2 damage by using a Poison Potion instead. I think we're fine, though. Alright. How about this? Alright. Sentinel is 1000% a good idea in this deck. Good. This is pretty much exactly the deck that I was planning on doing last time. Until I didn't. Normality, I can just burn out of my deck. That's fine. Mummified Hand. I only have 1 power in my deck, but if I could get more powers, I would. Sure. Take Mummified Hand. And I will remove Normality. You know what? I'm actually also going to buy the Draw 3. It's going to make an upcoming boss fight quite a lot easier. Now, I'll Smith to upgrade Sentinel so that it gives me more energy. I'm going to be able to explode on a couple of these turns. It's going to be great. Okay, let's Warcry first. There's Sentinel. Yikes. Draw 3. Alright. Shrug it off. Draw a wound. Nope. Wowzers. Double tap does nothing for me. Yay. Well, that blew. I was really hoping to double tap my True Grit in the opening round there. Okay. Definitely going to be Armaments Rampage, but what else? If I can kill the backline, I'm going to be pretty happy about it. I don't think I can, though. Yeah, so my next turn is going to be basically all defensiveness. So I'm True Gritting a strike then. Rampage Iron Wave. God damn it. Hopefully I do not draw Rampage in my next hand. I would be the saddest. Thank you. Put a wound in my deck. See if I give a care. Nope, that's fine by me. In fact, am I fully defended? Yeah, I am. That's amazing. I'm getting some negative effects here, but fully defended at least. Okay, Armaments double tap. No, I want double tap to be upgraded, but I don't need to upgrade it right now. So I'm not doubling anything. Not really. Okay, so 12 and then increased by 8, but it won't be increased by 8, it'll be increased by 6, so it goes to 18, so I'm doing 12 and 18, so I'm doing 30 damage, so I can't really single pop a target here. I have enough energy to play everything except for one, so I guess I just won't play one of the defends. No, that's not correct. Oh, but I have to have something to burn, and what I burn should be a defend. But if I'm burning a defend, why am I upgrading with armaments? The fight's not going to go long enough to draw double tap Rampage again. I'm talking about this because I think it's important that I know if I use armaments or not. Armaments just a better block, though. I have to play 5 of the cards. Okay. I'm glad that I sorted that out, even though I came down on the side of whatever, man. Alright. Time to take a lot of damage. Okay. Sure, I'll shrug. Iron Wave the back line. Now I'm completely safe. I'll also bash to set up for next turn. Still got 2 wounds in my deck. Good. And yeah, as I suspected, I wasn't actually going to get another double tap my Rampage, which is of course my final card here. I'll armaments to upgrade the strike that I'm going to double tap with. I guess defend to remove, or rather True Grit to remove a defense. These True Grits are sincerely overperforming. There we go. Look at all those wounds. Pantograph. Sure. Reaper doesn't really work in this deck. The closest thing Reaper works in this deck with is double tap. I don't really want any of these. Whew. Oh, this is a fun fight. Let's go. Sure, I'll Warcry. I'll True Grit the Sentinel and then draw with Shrug It Off. I mean, it's a kind of lame turn. But still, I defend myself against all incoming damage. They're about to lower my dex by 2 and then start dealing a ridiculous amount of damage. Unfortunately, this is a deck that is quite slow. So fights like this are going to be a little rough. I think it's more important I use a defense than strike here. Yikes. Yeah, that's 40 damage they're planning on hitting me with right now. And I'm going to be taking 23 of it. There's my Evolve double tap, unfortunately quite low in my deck. I basically have no choice here. Oh. Okay, well. Wasn't really planning on doing it like that, but I forgot that I have Mummified Hand. I need to pick up more powers. Also, I need to rest. Because I am very close to deceased. Beautiful work there. Completely defended. 11 incoming doesn't really concern me too much. I mean, I'm always rampaging. Probably always Iron Waving as well. I mean, I may as well just do double damage here. No reason not to. Didn't think I was fully defended yet. All right, 11 I have to deal. That's a Rampage, so that'll do it. Yeah, this is going to be a rest. At the very least, I've got Red Mask now. It's a pretty good relic for me. I don't want another Rampage. That's actually not a thing I want in my deck. One Rampage is more than enough. The whole point is to draw the same one. As much as I want to go for that boss, I need a rest before I go for another boss. Warcry. I'm going to put a defense back on top of my deck. Which was wrong. No, I'm True Gritting a Strikeout, right? Yeah. True Grit a Strikeout, and then it's Rampage attack. I could easily just go for triple defense pretty much every round. It's not horrible. It's gonna take a long time, though. Armaments. Defense. Defense. I should attack before I True Grit. It's a shame the only turn they were weakened on was the only turn they're not going to attack. Again, this is a fight you don't want to let go long. And I am going to have to let it go long, because that's how my game plan works. I want to Iron Wave first for the double tap. I should have bashed Iron Wave down. Well, use that to get the kill. Then I'm going to be really disappointed in myself, because I did things incorrectly. I need more energy manipulation in this deck than just that one Sentinel that I don't always draw on the right turn. I might just be dead now, because I can't take... I am really, really good at long fights. Longer than the fight that is about to happen, I'd probably be pretty good, but... yeah, I'm dead. I'm the deadest dead who ever dead. Ugh. This is no good. At the very least, this frees every one of their worries. This deck was going to flounder like that for a very long period of time. And then it might have succeeded, or it might have come up against the Time Eater and just died instantly. For the moment, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we will see you next time.